the rise and fall of the Egyptian Empire. Welcome to the land of the Pharaohs, a civilization that flourished along the banks of the Nile River for over 3,000 years. Ancient Egypt's legacy is etched into the very fabric of history, defined by its monumental architecture, rich cultural heritage, and complex political narratives. Join us as we delve into the rise, magnificence, and eventual decline of this iconic empire. Unification. Egypt, situated in northeastern Africa, stretched from the fertile lands of the Nile Delta in the north to the deserts of Nubia in the south. This strategic location, enriched by the annual flooding of the Nile, was central to its development and power. The early dynastic period, circa 3100 to 2686 BCE. Our journey begins around 3100 BCE with Pharaoh Narmer, also known as Menes. His unification of Upper and Lower Egypt, depicted on the Narmer palette, marks the dawn of the early dynastic period. During this formative era, Egypt's hieroglyphic writing system began to take shape, evolving from simple pictographs to a complex script used for religious texts and monumental inscriptions. Pharaoh Narmer established Memphis as his capital, a city that became the political and cultural heart of Egypt. This period also saw the development of early dynastic institutions, which laid the foundation for Egypt's centralized state. Education in the early dynastic period was rudimentary but crucial for administration and religious practices. Scribes, trained in the art of writing on papyrus, played a key role in the administration and documentation of religious rituals. Daily life in the early dynastic period revolved around agriculture, with the Nile providing fertile land for crops. Fishing, hunting, and domestic crafts also played essential roles in sustaining the community. The Old Kingdom, 2686 to 2181 BCE. The Old Kingdom, or Pyramid Age, began in 2686 BCE. This era is celebrated for its architectural marvels, starting with Pharaoh Djoser, circa 2670 to 2640 BCE, and his revolutionary step pyramid at Saqqara, designed by the architect Imhotep. Pharaohs Khufu, circa 2589 to 2566 BCE, Khafre, circa 2558 to 2532 BCE, and Menkaure, circa 2532 to 2503 BCE, followed with the construction of the Great Pyramids of Giza and the Great Sphinx, which served as grand royal tombs and symbols of divine kingship. During this period, Egypt saw advancements in military technology with the introduction of bronze weapons, such as spears and daggers, as well as the use of chariots for combat and ceremonial purposes. Trade was vital for Egypt's prosperity. The Egyptians exported papyrus, linen, and grain, while importing cedarwood, oils, and precious stones from Nubia, the Levant, and the Mediterranean. These trade networks were essential for Egypt's economic and cultural development. Education during the Old Kingdom focused on training scribes and administrators. Schools for scribes were established in major cities like Memphis and Thebes, where students learned to read and write using hieroglyphs and hieratic script. Their education was essential for maintaining the bureaucracy that supported the pharaoh's rule. Culture and daily life in the Old Kingdom were deeply intertwined with religion. Elaborate tomb paintings and offerings depicted the afterlife beliefs of the Egyptians, reflecting their devotion to the gods and the importance of the afterlife in their daily lives. The First Intermediate Period, 2181 to 2055 BCE. The decline of the Old Kingdom led to the First Intermediate Period, 2181 to 2055 BCE, marked by political fragmentation and regionalism. Various local rulers, or nomarchs, gained power, leading to a breakdown of centralized authority. Art and culture became increasingly regionalized during this time. Local variations in artistic style reflected the diverse influences and independent power structures that emerged across Egypt. Daily life continued to be influenced by local customs and traditions. The decentralization of power led to the development of unique regional cultures and practices, which are reflected in the art and artifacts of this period. Education persisted even during political instability. Scribes continued to be trained, and their role in documenting and preserving local and religious traditions was crucial for maintaining continuity in Egyptian culture. The Middle Kingdom, 2055 to 1650 BCE. The Middle Kingdom began in 2055 BCE with the reunification of Egypt under Pharaoh Mentuhotep II, circa 2055 to 2004 BCE. His reign marked the end of the First Intermediate Period and the restoration of centralized power. Pharaohs such as Amenemhat II, circa 1929 to 1895 BCE, and Sesostris III, circa 1878 to 1839 BCE, undertook extensive building projects, including the expansion of the Valley of the Kings, which became the royal necropolis of the Middle Kingdom. Military technology advanced significantly during this period, with innovations such as composite bows and improved chariots enhancing Egypt's military capabilities. The Egyptian army conducted successful campaigns in Nubia and the Levant, securing vital trade routes and expanding Egypt's influence. Trade remained a cornerstone of Egypt's economy, with exports including textiles, jewelry, and grain, while imports included luxury items and raw materials. These trade networks were crucial for Egypt's economic stability and growth. Education flourished in the Middle Kingdom, with the establishment of more advanced schools and libraries. The period saw the compilation of instructional texts and wisdom literature, such as the Instructions of Amenemhat, which provided moral and practical guidance for officials and scribes. Culturally, the Middle Kingdom was a time of great artistic and literary achievement. The literature of this period included stories and hymns that celebrated the gods and the divine nature of the pharaohs. Art and craftsmanship reached new heights, reflecting a sophisticated and flourishing society. The Second Intermediate Period, 1650 to 1550 BCE, was marked by the invasion of the Hyksos, a Semitic people who established control over northern Egypt. They introduced new military technologies, such as the horse-drawn chariot, which influenced Egyptian warfare. The Hyksos period saw the introduction of the horse-drawn chariot and composite bow into Egyptian military tactics. These innovations significantly altered the dynamics of warfare in Egypt and its neighboring regions. The expulsion of the Hyksos, led by Pharaoh Ahmose I, circa 1550 to 1525 BCE, marked the end of the Second Intermediate Period and the beginning of the New Kingdom. Ahmose's campaigns restored Egyptian sovereignty and re-established centralized control. The New Kingdom, 1550 to 1070 BCE, represents the zenith of Egyptian power and cultural influence. Under pharaohs such as Hatshepsut, circa 1479 to 1458 BCE, Akhenaten, circa 1353 to 1336 BCE, and Ramses II, circa 1279 to 1213 BCE, Egypt reached unprecedented heights. Pharaoh Hatshepsut, one of Egypt's most notable female rulers, expanded trade networks and commissioned monumental constructions, such as her mortuary temple at Deir el-Bahari. Her reign was marked by peace and prosperity. The Battle of Kadesh in 1274 BCE, fought between Ramses II and the Hittites, was one of the largest chariot battles in history. Although the battle ended in a stalemate, Ramses II negotiated one of the earliest known peace treaties with the Hittites. Military advancements in the New Kingdom included the khopesh, a sickle-shaped sword, and improvements in chariotry and archery. These innovations solidified Egypt's military dominance. Trade reached its peak during the New Kingdom. Egypt exported textiles, jewelry, and grain, while importing luxury goods such as incense, myrrh, and exotic animals from Punt and the Aegean. This exchange fostered economic and cultural enrichment. Education advanced significantly, with comprehensive curricula for scribes and scholars. Libraries, such as the one at Alexandria, became centers of learning, preserving knowledge and fostering intellectual growth. Culture flourished with the creation of impressive art, literature, and religious practices. Temples and tombs were adorned with elaborate scenes depicting the gods and the afterlife, showcasing the Egyptians' profound spiritual beliefs. The Third Intermediate Period, 1070 to 664 BCE, was characterized by political fragmentation and the rise of local powers. The Libyan dynasties and Nubian kings became prominent, each controlling different regions of Egypt. Despite political instability, cultural and technological exchanges continued. The influence of Libyan and Nubian cultures is evident in art, administration, and daily life. Regional rulers administered their territories with increasing autonomy. The administration became more decentralized, with local leaders exerting significant influence over local governance. Education remained vital. Regional centers of learning preserved knowledge and adapted practices, reflecting the diverse influences of the period. The late period began with the resurgence of native rule under the 26th dynasty, 664 to 525 BCE. However, Egypt faced invasions from the Assyrians, Persians, and eventually the Macedonians. In 525 BCE, Cambyses II of Persia conquered Egypt, introducing new administrative practices and cultural influences. This period of Persian rule was brief but significant in its impact. Alexander the Great's conquest in 332 BCE led to the foundation of Alexandria, which became a major hub of commerce and learning. The Ptolemaic dynasty, founded by Ptolemy Isoter, ushered in a period of cultural flourishing. The Ptolemaic period was marked by a blending of Greek and Egyptian cultures. The construction of the Library of Alexandria and advancements in science, medicine, and literature defined this era. Education thrived under the Ptolemies, with the Library of Alexandria serving as a beacon of learning. Scholars from various cultures gathered here, contributing to a vibrant exchange of ideas. Culturally, the Ptolemaic era saw the fusion of Greek and Egyptian traditions. Art, literature, and religious practices from both cultures coalesced, creating a unique and enduring legacy. The decline of the Egyptian Empire culminated in 30 BCE with the annexation by Rome following the defeat of Queen Cleopatra VII and Mark Antony by Octavian, later known as Emperor Augustus. Under Roman rule, Egypt became a crucial province known for its grain production and strategic importance. Roman administration integrated Egyptian culture with Roman governance, leading to significant societal changes. With the rise of Christianity and the division of the Roman Empire, Egypt came under Byzantine rule. The spread of Christianity brought cultural and religious transformations, marking a new chapter in Egypt's history. The legacy of ancient Egypt. Despite falling under foreign dominion, Egypt's legacy endured. The discovery of the Rosetta Stone in 1799 was pivotal in deciphering Egyptian hieroglyphs, unlocking the secrets of this ancient civilization. Today, Egypt's achievements continue to captivate the world. From its monumental pyramids to its intricate writing system, the legacy of ancient Egypt remains a testament to human creativity and endurance. Panoramic view of the pyramids of Giza and the Sphinx, transitioning to a sunset over the Nile River. From the grandeur of the pyramids to the mysteries of its gods, the story of ancient Egypt is a journey through one of the world's most extraordinary civilizations. Thank you for joining us in exploring the rise and fall of the Egyptian Empire.